Hi guys, how are you?
Hey.
Hi, Rachel.
Hi, so to start, I love that this genre is kind of returned, like this fantasy historical kind of world, because we've moved away from it. But for you guys, was there a fantasy show when you were younger or a movie that you really connected with that
Oh,
has
what we got?
made you very excited to be in this genre?
Oh my
It's a
gosh.
very good question.
That's the
That's a
first time I
very
think
good
we've been
question.
asked that
How
question.
long have you got, by the way?
Yeah.
Yeah.
9 minutes. So
How
take your
how
Second,
fantasy. How
what
fantasy.
question you get?
Yeah.
Because now
This is it.
you've
This
done
is
it
the
now.
whole interview.
Yeah, we're just gonna talk about fantasy shows now.
Yeah. I mean, Doctor Who was
Oh.
my life.
Doctor Who
Like,
was
when
just the best.
Christopher Eccleston came as the night. I mean, there's always so much conversation about who's your doctor, right?
Yeah.
Christopher Eccleston.
Was
100%.
your doctor?
Was my doctor.
Mine was
Interesting.
Peter.
Yes. Okay.
Then yeah, that was
Then
mine too.
yeah.
It shows a few years of difference between
More archival footage over there, but
Yeah,
you know.
It was done on videotape.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's mine.
Massive.
What else? What else?
I loved Hook.
Oh my
Is that
gosh.
that's
Cool.
considered fantasy? Yeah?
Absolutely, yeah. I feel
Hook
like I'm trying
was-
to emulate that in this
Hook
show.
is yeah, it's
Yeah.
like dark and it's there's action and
Yeah.
there's
Mm.
scary stuff.
There's real dark fairy tales, and I think that's where
Yeah.
Nell sits as well. Is like
Yeah.
there is real stakes, there's real
Yeah.
violence and
Oh,
horror, and it's
The
yeah.
Goonies.
Oh yeah, okay.
That's a bit.
No, never really.
You never got into
I
it?
never really got.
Wow. Showing his age.
into
I
I
understand.
mean, the Doctor Who conversation, I'm like, oh no, it is technically a Disney Plus show now, but I could talk about Doctor Who for
yeah.
much too long.
There goes the minutes.
But for me, it's also, I mean, and you'll have to all look this up, but Space 1999, yeah, that
Star Wars.
Star Wars,
Of
that's
course.
all of that stuff
Yeah.
was, I thought that was fantastic.
I just had to add it in.
I will be
We can't
looking that
not.
up. Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
you have to-
I've heard of it.
Lake, Lake 7, there's another one. There you go.
So what we need is to just give a list of things that you need to check out. So
Oh.
it's the Goonies.
Never ending story.
Why is it me? Why am I being thrown it?
Never ending
Goonies.
story.
Never ending story, Hook, if you
Yeah,
haven't-
Hook.
yeah.
You know Hook.
Yeah.
Lake 7,
Yeah.
Space 1999.
Last unicorn. That's a cartoon.
You guys, as you kind of touched on with the comments about Hook, is you guys get to be the less than I don't know how to word this. That's not, just calling them kind of evil. But you guys do get to live in that darkness with your characters versus being the like heroes of a fantasy. Is that for all of you as actors more fun to get to have that grittiness to dive into with your characters?
No question for
I'd
Adrian.
say we're the heroes of our own story.
No, I'd say we're really evil, actually. I mean, I think
Yeah,
I
it's
think
so
that
fun.
like it shines a hero more and shines a villain more if you've got them as so opposing. And I think
Mhm,
they are such opposing forces. Like Nell is so different to us,
mhm.
class wise, like belief system. Do you know what I mean? And then
Mm.
when they clash, it's so heavy. So I think
Mhm.
it's
Without
really
without
fun.
us,
That's what I'm saying.
heroes can't be heroes.
Yes.
Exactly.
They
Can't
need
be
us.
heroic
Yeah.
without
Due
us.
to us.
They need
Yeah.
us.
Yeah.
We are helping
If
their heroism.
anything.
That's true. That's true. What would they do?
What do they do? They
Fight
sit
what?
at home and just say,
Fight what?
"Yes, Dad."
But-
Fucking-
yeah.
She'd be in a bar. She'd just be working in
Right,
that restaurant the
exactly.
entire
Yeah.
Where's the spice?
Happy.
But I do want to ask you guys also about the wigs. Because wigs are fun in theory and they're fun to look at, but they're not fun necessarily in practicality. Was when you guys first put them on and kind of started to feel yourself as these characters like in your full regalia, what was your kind of favorite part of getting that wig and looking the part when you started to film?
Mm. Anybody?
I mean, I was itchy from the. I had a kind of Thomas has also a mullet, and I didn't have a mullet, so that was a amazing piece. Tanya, who did hair and makeup, was just so incredible. The whole team was amazing. But my first day was in the Talbot, and it was the scene where Thomas and Nell meet, and so I had this peeled in mullet, this wig that was clipped into my skull. Then I had like 4 layers of clothes on and a hat, and like a it
it's a
was
lot.
like a baptism of fire, actually. I didn't grow to love my wig. I don't know about you. You
Oh.
did a bit, didn't you?
I was very affectionate towards my wig, and my wig was good to me. But I didn't really love it at all.
Mm.
And I got to do a lot of stuff without it, which was great.
Thank
Yeah.
God.
Getting to take them
Yeah.
off was
What about you?
the best bit. Yeah.
I had long hair. I cut all my hair off, so I had long hair when we filmed, and then they put in a bunch of clips to make it fuller, clip-ins, and they were beautiful. I didn't mind the hair, honestly. Everything was just heavy, like
Yeah.
the costumes, the corset, the costumes, everything. You're like, you
Yeah.
know, 25 pounds of.
And it was right, yeah. It was. I remember one of the first scenes Adrian and I shot is where it's when Poynton and Thomas meet at court, and we were going down a set of stairs. Do you remember? I was in those high heels, and we couldn't do the take. I kept falling down the stairs.
Oh, when we
The
first
costumes are so you don't know what you're gonna get.
the first scene we ever shot, we were in a church. No spoilers,
Yeah,
but we
very
were in a
good,
church,
very good.
and I fastened the corset so tight that I said, Jake, I said, if I pass out, don't freak out. Just like get somebody. 'Cause I don't know how it's gonna go.
We had met one time before this.
I said, I'll squeeze your hand if I start to feel faint.
With a show like this, I assume like the sword work and everything is kind of like a fight call in theater where it's like you still have to kind of have those rehearsals and make sure you're okay with the fighting stuff. Is it a rehearsal process? And if so, does that help you guys in the long run, knowing like you get to have more of a rehearsal process built in just because of the kind of genre that you're working in?
Stunt-wise?
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah, that's worked out way ahead. And we had stunt calls before we had scripts.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
In
did.
a moment, no spoilers, but we had stunt calls and fight sequences worked out by James Embry and his team, telling us, oh, this happens and this happens and this happens, and I was going, really?
Really?
And then we'd work the fight and work the fight and work the fight, and then you work it out, and you're wearing trainers and you're wearing tracksuit bottoms and things, and then you come to do it and you're in tights and heels.
Yeah.
In a wig.
And it's raining.
It's
and-
raining. And no spoilers, but it's very different. Okay, a spoiler. It's gonna rain.
It's
gonna
gonna
rain.
rain. It rains
I'm
at
sorry.
17:05.
I let it out. There's a scene in
Now it's-
1705 where it rains.
No!
I'm sorry, Disney. I'm
It's the
sorry. I'm
biggest
sorry.
secret.
You're okay.
I love it. Thank you guys so much for talking with me. I really appreciate it. And I can't wait for people to get to see Renegade Nell.
Thank you so much. Great to
Thank you.
talk.
Have a great one.
Bye.